Hello everyone, welcome to Fervent Motorsports, your one-stop solution for all motorsport related news. This is me, your friend Mitrojit Biswas, bringing you some latest update from the world of MotoGP. Now let's get started there. As we can see that Marc Marquez has been saying that this is not the right time for him to fight for podiums. Marc Marquez admits now is not the time to really fight for the podium in the MotoGP as he tries to find a setup direction of the 2022 Honda. The six-time world champion has had a fraught start to the 2022 campaign as he has struggled to undertake the radically revised Honda MotoGP bike, which is now more rear biased to improve traction. After finishing 5th in Qatar, Marquez was ruled out of the Indonesian Grand Prix after a violent warm-up crash left him with a concussion, which then led to return of double vision problems which forced him to sit out of the following Argentina MotoGP. He returned for last week's America GP where he finished 6th after a stunning fight back from last when an issue with his bike saw him barely move from the line at the start. Marquez now sits 13th in standings, having scored just 21 points out of possible 100. Moving into the European phase of the championship starting next week in Portugal, Marquez doesn't believe he has the performance to fight for wins at every circuit, but believes now is the time to be thinking about podiums. Now we need to understand what our level is in European tracks, which I don't think is the level to fight for the victory every race, Marquez said at Qatar. I already pushed to Honda to say you have to work there, and if you want to be competitive in the next races. It's true that Paul Espargaro is riding well in some race tracks. Nakagami is riding well in some race tracks too. But we may have some weak points that we need to improve if we want to be consistent in all race tracks. I mean, what I learned is that with this championship, with this bike, you cannot predict the GP. You cannot go into a GP and say this one I will win, this one I will finish top 500, this one I will finish top 10. You don't know. During the weekend, you need to accept where you are, and if you are 10th, you are 10th. But of course, I'll take the risk. The target is to try and build to the podium every race. But right now is not the time to fight for the podium. Marquez's teammate Paul Espargaro ended the Qatar race 13th, having battled out a bout of food poisoning, and is the only Honda rider to get to the podium so far 2022 after finishing 3rd in Qatar. So this itself says that there is a lot of action that's going to come up in the future races. I mean, if you are ever looking for such more news, interesting insights and updates, you always have to log into Fervent Motorsports. This is me, your friend Mitrojit Biswas, signing off. See you until with more exciting motorsports.